I gotta say this is not financial advice. What's up, dreamers? So you've been running the wheel strategy for a while now and it's just not working out for you. You've been running the wheel strategy and you're not generating enough premium or income to make it worth your while. But it's this very simple mistake that you could be making that make your wheel strategy not really profitable or worth your time. I'm gonna fix that for you in this video and show you guys my strategy that I use that's generated me income weeks after weeks after weeks after weeks. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button because that helps out this channel more than you guys can possibly imagine. For real, hitting that thumbs up button really helps out this channel. It's completely free to hit that thumbs up button. But while you're down there, guys, if you can hit that notification bell right now, 22.5% of the subscribers on this channel has hit that notification bell. 906 of you guys. That is crazy insane. I know that you guys are the best community on YouTube. On average, YouTube is anywhere between 10 and 30%. Let's get it above 30% by hitting that notification bell. Once we get to 30%, I'm gonna be doing you know what on your favorite stocks, either Apple, Amazon, Google, whatever your favorite stock is, your tech stock. I'm gonna be doing it for you guys just for hitting that notification bell once we get to 30%. So go ahead, hit that notification bell so we can get there quicker. But yeah, guys, the very simple mistake that you make on your wheel strategy is that you're not looking at your IV. All you're looking at is the delta, right? And we talked, well, first of all, the wheel strategy. The wheel strategy is right here. Now, we're not buying options. We're not buying calls. We're not buying puts. We're not buying that we're going to bet that a stock go up. We're not buying your put, betting that a stock is going to go down. That's what we're not doing. We're selling options. We're on the other side of the option chain. So we're going to sell puts saying that we want to buy this stock at a lower price. And we're going to collect a premium just for saying that we want to buy stock A at a cheaper price. And if stock A don't pull back to the price that we want to buy it at, we get to keep our collateral and then we get to keep the premium and then do it again the following week. But if the stock do pull back to the price that we wanted to buy it at, then we got paid to buy the stock that we already wanted at a cheaper price. So that's selling a cash you can put. Once you assign those shares, then you go to the third step. That's selling covered calls. That's saying, hey, now that I got these 100 shares, I want to sell them at a higher price, right? I want to sell them at a higher price. If you go up to that price, I'll sell them. And you're going to pay me to sell them at a higher price. But if it don't go up to the higher price, you're still going to pay me. So it's a win-win when you're selling covered calls. If you're doing it on the correct stock that usually goes up over the last decade or so. That's what you want to sell, covered calls. You want to run the wheel strategy on stocks that you absolutely want to own. And then you go to the fourth step right here, repeat the cycle. Once you sell those 100 shares, if it goes up to that certain price, then you start to sell cash secure puts again, and then start the whole wheel cycle process over again. So that's what I've been doing. I've been running the wheel strategy. I'm giving you guys an update so far this year. We're up $37,145. In October alone, we're up $4,511, and we got 1 week left in October. So this might be another $5,000 month. Now, I don't go crazy with the wheel strategy. All I'm looking for is to get around 1% a week or 4 to 5% a month. Sometimes it's a little bit more than that. I could bring in around 6 to 7%. And a lot of times it's a little bit less. I'm looking for around 2 to 3% in a month. But just by running the wheel strategy, you guys see that I was able to generate around $37,000 this year alone. In the month is not even over with. So I'm going to show you guys tips and tricks that I use in order to have a good win rate and to generate some decent income. All right, dreamers, the stock that we're going to use for a quick example is going to be Johnson & Johnson. Amazing company. This is a dividend king, in fact, right? So Johnson & Johnson, if we come over here to Seeking Alpha and then click on dividends, you guys can see that Johnson & Johnson has been growing their dividends every single year for the last 62 years. So this is a stock that I absolutely do not mind owning long term. So yes, it does check my box on the wheel strategy because I want to own Johnson & Johnson long term. But here's the thing, when you talking about generating income from running the wheel strategy on Johnson & Johnson, it just don't break down. So we're going to hit trade options, and then we're going to go out a week, and then we're going to start. Yours going to start off on buying a call. That's betting that a stock is going to go up. We're going to say we're going to sell a put. That is the first step of the wheel strategy, saying that we want to own 100 shares of Johnson & Johnson at a cheaper price. So right now, Johnson & Johnson is at $190 at the recording this video. So in this video, we're going to say that we want to own Johnson & Johnson at $185, and we're going to get paid $17. So it says 17 cents, but when you multiply that by 100, when you're dealing with options, you multiply by 100 shares, that's going to be $17. But here's the thing. the IV. So the delta checks out is at a 0.1 delta, which is below the 0.3 that we look for, that I talked about in many of my videos. You guys need to check that out. But when we're looking at the IV, it is a 21% implied volatility, and that's just too low. It's not going to give us much premium at all. In fact, it will cost us $18,500 to sell a put on Johnson & Johnson, and we will only collect $17 just from running this option. So $17 divided by 18.5. So multiply that by 100. That's not even a full percent. That's not even 0.5%. So when you're looking at the IV, it's a 0.25 on Johnson & Johnson. It's just not enough to run the wheel strategy on. Now, do I mind selling cash secure puts on Johnson & Johnson just to pick it up and just to get paid at a cheaper price? Yes, I will go out a month or so, and then I'll say I want to buy Johnson & Johnson at 185 out a month, and I'll get paid $118 to buy Johnson & Johnson at a cheaper price. Because if you look long term, if we're looking year to date, it's up 31% year to date. So yes, this is a stock that I don't mind owning long term. They grow their dividends every single year for the last 62 years. So I don't mind just selling puts, collecting shares of Johnson & Johnson, getting paid to collect shares of Johnson & Johnson. But this is not something, if I'm looking to create extra income, that would run the wheel strategy on. So my number on the IV is that I like to look for IVs anything above 50%. Now that's just breaking it down very simple. If you guys do want to learn more about the wheel strategy, right now on the Dream Team is going to be 50% off for you dreamers out there. I got 4 spots remaining. Over here, we have Zoom calls every single Sunday talking about the wheel strategy. I got wheel strategy courses in there: how to sell cover calls, cash secure puts, roll your options up and out, roll your options down and out, call credit spreads, put credit spreads. If that all sound weird to you, then this might be something that you guys need to check out. You have access to all my master courses, my 7 day traders that I have in there that post their day trades every single day, every single time I buy and sell a stock. So the Dream Team right now is going to be half off if you guys do want to have access to the course, the Zoom calls and everything like that. That link to the Patreon is going to be down in the pinned comment section. It's going to be down in the description. And of course, the people that's watching on TV, you guys could click that right there. That'll take you to my Patreon. Get in. It's only going to be 4 spots left. Try to keep the classes real small for the Zoom calls because I don't want to have it too crowded in there. Can't wait to see you guys inside of the Dream Team. But now, the next stock that we're going to look at is going to be one that has an applied volatility over 50%. And then I'm going to show you guys a quick trick that you could run the wheel strategy at a little bit of a cheaper price, right? So we're going to go to NVIDIA. NVDA, yes, NVIDIA is multi-trillion-dollar company, blue chip company. It's not a small company. It's at $186 right now. So it is going to be a little bit expensive to run the wheel strategy on NVIDIA. But the thing is, when we hit trade and trade options, let's go out a week, we're going to be selling a put to buy NVIDIA at, let's say, $180. Right now, NVIDIA is at $186. So we click that. You guys can see that right there is barely above 50%. It's at a 0.26 delta, and I have an IV at 50.57%. So it does meet my criteria as having an IV above 50%. Now, the higher the IV, the more volatile a stock is. That means the lower the IV, it might only move a couple of dollars per week. The higher the IV, it can move up 10%, down 10%, up 25%, all in 1 week. So the applied volatility of a stock is calculated in. The higher the IV is, the more likely that a stock will move up or down that week. So you're going to get paid a lot more in premium. So just looking at this NVIDIA one right here, we're going to get paid out $184, and it will cost us $18,000 to sell a put on NVIDIA. So we do 184 divided by 18,000. Multiply that by 100. That is 1% a week, 1.02% a week just from running it on NVIDIA. Another example of a stock with a high IV would be Tesla. Now we're going to hit trade options on Tesla. We're going to go out a week. Let's just say we want to pick up Tesla at 415. Click this one right here. Now they have an implied volatility of 57%. But once again, this one will cost you $41,000 at the strike price at $415. It will cost you $41,500 to sell a put on Tesla. Now, here's the tips and trick for everyone that stayed to the end of this video. If you stayed to the end of this video, you already know what to do. Go ahead and comment, give me the loot, because I'm about to show you guys how to get the loot at a very, very half the price, cheap, way cheaper than $41,000. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the leverage of Tesla, and then we're going to look at the leverage of NVIDIA. All leverage means is that it can move 2x or 3x, whatever the leverage is of the original stock. and it follows that stock price movement. So if Tesla goes up 1%, the leverage of Tesla could go up 2% or 3%. And the same thing, if Tesla falls 1%, the leverage of Tesla could fall 2 or 3%. So the leverage of Tesla that we're going to be looking at is TSLL. This is a 2x leverage. That means for every percent that Tesla move, TSLL is going to move 2%. But when we take a look at this, so taking a look at TSLL is at $19.64. So this one's only cost you around $1,900 to start the wheel strategy on Tesla or TSLL. So we're going to hit trade options. We're going to go out a week. We're going to be selling a put on an 18. And then we're going to click that one right there. The implied volatility is 113%. That's how you could generate some extra income. Because the implied volatility is so high, we're going to get more percentage per week from selling this option. So if we're looking at this one, $38, it'll cost us $1,800. 38 divided by 1,800. That is, multiply that by 100. That is 2.11% in just 1 week. If you average that out, if we do it 4 times a week, we could get that's crazy, 8.44% in a month just from selling cash secure puts on the leverage of Tesla. Now, I've been doing this on NVIDIA, the leverage of NVIDIA that I'm about to show you in this video. Now, for fun and games, let me show you guys what 8% a month could do for you. Let's say you started off with $10,000 and you wanted to, and you're making 8% a month, 2% a week that we just showed on TSLL, the leverage of Tesla. And we're going to do it for 5 years and we're going to reinvest it all. So scroll down and then we're going to hit calculate. So right here, $10,000, starting off with $10,000, we're going to hit calculate. And as you got, we could start off with $10,000 and in 5 years, we could have $1 million, right? No, yes. In 5 years, we could have $1 million. Our first month we'll be bringing in $800. Of course, that's 8%. At the end of year 1, we'll be bringing in $18,000 a month. Once we scroll down, it'll take us 22 months to bring in $4,000. And I say the $4,000 is the price point to where it's a good, comfortable place to retire. And then once we get to month 34, we'll hit our first $10,000 a month. And then we scroll down. I know this does seem like some crazy numbers, bringing in $75,000 a month, but it is people out there that's doing it. But of course, I'm sitting somewhere around this area, maybe around right here, the 21-month mark. So hopefully this time next year, I'll be bringing in somewhere close to that amount of money right there. But yeah, that's in that perfect world if you are able to find trades that give you 2% every single month. And you don't take trades every single week. You only want to take trades when the setup is right. You know when the setup is right. I gave you guys my 3-point system right here. You could click that. I only take trades when the setup is right using my 3-point system. So click that video right there. So we come over to NVDL right here. I've been running it on NVDL. In fact, over the last couple of weeks, I've been generating $378, $378, $324, $498, $504, and $516. And so far this year, I generated over $4,760 just from running the wheel strategy on the leverage of NVIDIA. So we're going to come to the leverage of NVIDIA, NVDL right there. We're going to hit trade options. We want to pick it up at $88 down here. We're going to hit that. It has an implied volatility of 95%. So that should bring us close to around 2% every single month, selling a cash secure put on NVIDIA or the leverage of NVIDIA, NVDL. So once again, I showed you guys that I've been bringing in some decent income right here on NVIDIA right here, the leverage of NVIDIA, NVDL. So what I like to do if I'm looking for extra income, I'm running the wheel strategy on stocks or leverage stocks that have a high IV. I take the profits that I make from running the wheel strategy, and I will go buy shares of Johnson & Johnson, a good quality dividend king. I will take shares that I have from running the wheel strategy on high IV stocks and go buy Apple, maybe a stock that doesn't have a high IV. So I can generate income from running stocks that have high IV and then go buy more stable stocks like Apple, Google, Microsoft, stocks that don't have high IV. So I'm going to use Tesla and NVIDIA, the leverage of Tesla and NVIDIA, generate some extra income and go buy quality stocks. I'm not just taking the income and then just keep running the wheel strategy over and over again. The profits that I'm making from the wheel strategy, I'm going to go buy good quality ETFs like SCHD, QQQ, the S&P 500, and I'm buying some good quality stocks. I'm taking my premium, running the wheel strategy, I'm taking half of my profits from the wheel strategy and investing it in good quality stocks. Now, I've been doing this for a while now, so some of the profits I'm making, I'm putting inside Leap options on some good quality stocks, but that's for a whole nother video. So if you made it to the end of this video, you guys see my tips on the leverage stocks, go ahead and comment, give me the loot down in the comment section. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. The quicker we get to 30%, if you guys hit that 30 for that notification bell, I'm gonna do the you already know what. If you guys do want to join the Patreon, that link is gonna be right here. If this all sounds confusing, I'm gonna break it down for you on the Zoom calls. I'm gonna break it down for you in my master course. I promise, the more you practice, the more you understand, the easier it gets over time. I've been doing this for a while. But other than that, guys, I'm Zeke, bringing you Dream Green Conversations, and I'm out. Peace.
This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. All investments are by risk. Do your own research. This is not licensed financial advisor. Any third party considered involved in the fair use commentary and analysis. Please consult with a licensed financial advisor or professional in your area before making investment decisions.